Hi guys, today I am in Melbourne, so I've got the city behind me, or beside me. I've got the river just over there, and the sun's hidden behind the clouds. So I was going to give you that view, but when the sun comes out you don't really see me. And then we could go this view, because that's not too bad either, some type of Eiffel Tower thingy. Here's the sun, let's see what happens. I like that view better. Let's go that view. But it just means that you won't kind of see me. Oh no, you may be. Alright. Yeah, let's do that. So today, OCD, much. Today we're going to go for 1 minute rounds, so 5 1 minute rounds. So we've got 5 exercises, and these are based on animal flow. These ones are all your side kick throughs and your front side kick through. Now I've gone through them in some of the videos, but I want to go through some of the progressions, so let's play around with it. I won't do that because it'll end up wet. So we're going to go down into our bulldog position, okay, so which is our toes on the floor and our hands on the floor in a crouch position or bulldog position, and actually in animal flow let's call that beast rather. And what we do here is we're going to go through the side kick through. So what happens is, if I'm going to go to my right, which means my left foot is going to go underneath my right leg, or the body in front of the right leg, and it's going to point out to the right. So if I take that foot off, I'm going to thread it between my hand and my foot, and I'm going to make it point out towards the right side, okay? My arm is nice and straight, and then what I do with my right hand is I pull it back, almost like I'm pulling an arrow back, okay? I have energy pushing down through the floor, through my hips, and then I'm lengthening my spine so I can sit up nice and tall. My foot, I'm going to point it out to the side there so that it's parallel to the ground. I'm going to open up here. Then we thread it all the way back. Okay, so if we think about that again, so if I'm going to go to my right foot, and of course for you it's the opposite, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that right foot off the floor, I'm going to turn. Now you can actually do them at the same time, but just so you can concentrate on the one. See how I pivot my foot at the back? And that's going to allow my knee to point up to the sky. I've threaded my right foot through, and I'm pointing it to the side, and what I'm going to do with my left hand is I'm going to pull it back, okay, by my cheek. I'm going to pull it back like a bow and arrow. I have energy through my hip down towards the floor, and then I'm lengthening my spine tall. I'm not popping my bum out the back and pushing my chest out the front or anything. I'm just thinking of lengthening nice and tall. And then we bring it back. Okay, so that's our side kick through. So let's do that again. So left foot threading in between right hand and foot. I pull back, bow and arrow. My grounded arm is nice and strong and long. So if we're trying to bend our elbow, don't. Straighten the arm up and keep it there. Okay, so that's your first one. Your second one is the same activity, but what we're going to do this time is we're going to jump around. So here, your first one we get, and then what we do is we want to try and have a quick transition. Now, if this is new for you, we can do the quick transition with the feet, but I want you to slow all the rest of it down so it's still nice and controlled. Now, if you are used to it, you can go a little bit quicker, but I want you to just be mindful of your shoulder. So then the next one, think of elevated, so that we're lifting the hips up a bit higher. So from here, we start your first one, okay, and then we lift a bit higher. Now, however high you get is up to you, but I recommend don't try and go too high yet, because you might start rolling forward. So I always inch my way, see if I can get to the height afterwards. And you got 1 minute to play around with, just so don't be in a race to get up there really high. So then the third one, so again that was the third one. So the fourth one is we're going to go into our loaded beast. So this is our beast. Shuffle the feet back a little bit, push the bum back. We're going to step forward. That's one. So right foot replaces right hand. Step two, we thread that through to the front. So this is pointing to 12 o'clock, okay, out to the front. Then we just rewind. Shuffle back so you can see it a bit better. So we replace left foot and hand, or left hand with right and left foot. Then we thread the right foot through, right to the front, okay? And then we replace and bring it back. Okay, so one more. Replace the hand with the foot, thread through, replace. Again, just make sure that your shoulders are okay with that and the arms nice and straight. That's the key. Push the bum down towards the floor and we lift tall through this torso. So then the last one, we're jumping it through. Okay? So we're loading up and then we're just propelling ourselves forward. There. Okay? So when the sun comes up, you don't see me for dust. But you do see what the body's doing now. So that's it, we've got 1 minute on each. Take however long you need to transition. Take however long you need to do the reps. Because there's no reps, let's just do 1 minute worth of. Alright, so if anyone just saw my live video earlier on today, how I was freezing and I was all rugged up like a abominable snowman. Like, I'm warm now. So a little bit of movement, just gonna make you warm, get the heart rate up, get the blood pumping around, and it's gonna be awesome. So, here's to Melbourne. Love this city. And we've got kick sits. Well, not kick sits, kick throughs. Alright, here we are. We starting in 5. So let's go bulldog position. So from here, and we're on. So, we're threading it through. Do nice and controlled for the first few. Okay? If you need to rest down onto your knees in the middle, go for it. But I would like you to see how long you could actually stay off your knees. And it's usually longer than what you think you can do. So if you feel like dropping down onto your knees, just hold off for another 5 seconds. So we're halfway here. Now arms will start getting tired. So again, if you really need to, you can drop down. But if you can, drop down in between. So when the buzzer sounds, just pop out of it and then shake it up and then go back into it. 10 seconds to go. You're gonna work your core a lot because your core is what's gonna try and help you control this move. But shoulder stability is definitely a key here. Okay, so if you need to, pop out of it, shake your hands, whatever. So now you're gonna jump through, okay? So we start, and then from here, we see if we can pop and change our feet over. Now, if we can, open up even more. So we get that nice stretch up the top. So we're getting a real nice long chain, okay, from the leg that's kicking out all the way to the arm that's pulling back up by the face. So if we want to do it a bit quicker, we can. As long as you still got the control, yeah? Alright. So again, if you need to, shake that out. So we've got the jump, or the elevating ones now. So it means we're going to get the hips a bit higher. So let's start. Side. Okay. And then just see how high you can go. Oh. Mum's coming out. Give me another whack in the head. I didn't do it, Mum. So try not to get too high unless you're controlled up the top there. It's been a while since I've done these ones, so I'm just inching my way. Otherwise I'm going to end up in the camera. Alright, so now we've got the forward ones. So we're going to step forward, replace the hand. So from here, Right foot forward, replace the right hand, kicks through. Back to the start. Left foot forward, replaces the left hand, kicks through. Now if you need to sit down, so if we get to here, this is good. If we get here and we feel that we need to sit, sit. Then come back up and replace. When we put the foot out the front, we want it at 12 o'clock. Cores on, okay? Legs will burn. You don't realize that we're pumping up the quads each time we go back. Alright, so now, oh, I've dug up a worm. Now we've got to go a little bit quicker. So, forward, propel. Okay, so we load and then we spring forward. You can hold at the front for a few seconds. We can sit here for as long as we want, really, but if we want to go for a bit more speed, we pop, pop, and just try and keep your control the entire time. Woo. Legs will burn. Try not to stand on this worm that I dug up.
Activity completed.
Done. There you go. Side kick throughs. And those are the 4 kick throughs. Different variations. We just went through them all. Again, do them at your own pace. And yeah, if the elevator's not you, you're still doing kick throughs. The very first one is the nice, controlled. And I always think once you get control, then you can go a bit of speed. And then from speed, then you can change a few other things, right? Change load, which is us going elevated, so up a bit higher, means we change the load on our shoulders. So don't be in a race to try and get to load. Go for strength first, strength and stability in the movement, then go for a little bit of and range as well. So that's you just really opening up and getting it, it's your strength and stability, and then go for a bit of speed maybe, and then go for some load. But don't go load straight away. Try load later once you've got everything down pat. Alright, so it's the first one from Melbourne, and there'll be plenty more to come. I'm going to try and find different places to go. Alright, peace out.